gaming has changed a lot in the last 20 years. The gaming industry grew into a billion-dollar industry practically overnight, creating a very competitive market. So many studios and companies have gone in and out of business. We saw the birth, rise, for
the current plan is to be on mobile. Do you guys not have phones? Yeah.
and rebirth of so many game genres and franchises.
I'll be back.
And yet in the middle of that whirlwind, one thing remains the same: Bethesda games.
Stop right there, criminal scum!
How did Todd do it? What is so special about Bethesda games that generations of gamers keep buying them? I think I have found the answer. With 20 plus years in the industry, Bethesda has developed their signature type of games. Think of a Bethesda game you've played recently, then think of all the Bethesda games that you have ever played. They're quite familiar, aren't they? That is because they are all built on the foundation that is the Bethesda formula, at least since Oblivion. This formula is incredibly simple. Gameplay loop is the focus, story and RPG elements are flavor. Many have recognized and praised the Bethesda gameplay loop, and for a good reason.
The way I see it, there's a cycle to gameplay in Fallout 4. One that must be deliberate in my opinion because it feels like the game is constantly pushing you toward it. The cycle goes like this: exploration, combat, gathering.
It has a clear structure with a guaranteed reward, short and repeatable. In a way, this gameplay loop appeals to our deepest instinct. It reminds us of our hunter-gatherer days. In the past, our survival relied on spotting food sources and taking them over and over again. When you see an icon popping up on your direction bar, what do? You go there, enemies will attack you, but you can almost always overcome them. When they are dead, you can loot their bodies, boxes, and chests. This gameplay replicates the hunter-gatherer lifestyle, except there's no risk of not finding anything or dying. It sounds simple, but Bethesda has spent the last 15 years refining this formula. Its genesis is Skyrim, where Bethesda found the perfect balance between gameplay and story. It's not without reason that Skyrim is so loved in the gaming community.
Skyrim is a masterpiece.
Skyrim is awesome-tacular.
The final verdict for The Elder Scrolls Skyrim is a full, highest rating that I can issue, 10 out of 10.
4 years later, Bethesda attempted the formula again with Fallout 4, this time with a lesser degree of success. People often say that Fallout 4 is a good game, but a bad Fallout game.
RPG shooter that's a bit heavier now on that shooter side than it is the RPG side.
But if you're looking for an action RPG which is fun to play but still has those memorable moments, those amazing characters that you want to revisit over and over, then Fallout 4 falls flat on its face in just about every sense of the idea.
The story of Fallout 4 is quite underwhelming, but even the game's biggest critics have nothing but praise for the gameplay experience.
I like Fallout 4. Realizing this about the game hasn't been easy for me to rationalize.
If you're looking for an action RPG where you can create your own fun and play how you want to play, Fallout 4 is easily one of the best games in the genre.
It's in Fallout 76 that Bethesda pushed the formula to its limit. With no NPCs and minimal story on release, all players have is the gameplay loop and some social features. This has proven to be a misstep by Bethesda, as the game alienated even their most hardcore fans.
It's really f***ing boring.
Could barely bring myself to play it in order to finish this review.
But this misfire is the culmination of other factors, rather than a gameplay loop. In fact, Fallout 76 still has a small but loyal community playing and supporting it till today. What does this mean for future Bethesda games? To enter the wider console market with the Xbox 360, Bethesda gave up on their hardcore RPG roots.
I love the genre because it can be anything, and we'll mash things up in the genre and stay away from RPG means this type of interaction.
They wanted to craft a new gameplay experience that can appeal to the lowest common denominator.
We have this phrase, take it out of the spotlight. I'll give you an example in Starfield. So the way the environmental damage works in the game on planets and on your suit, and that was it's a pretty complex system actually. It was very punitive. We get a point where we're tuning it and you're having to heal those things. And what we did at the end of the day, and it was a complicated system for players to understand, is we just nerfed the hell out of it. Because if we dial it way back, it becomes more flavor on the screen than it does a gameplay system.
It's the trend in recent years to hate on Bethesda, but we can't deny that there is still a huge demand for this type of game. But that doesn't mean Bethesda games are gonna get worse with time. Quite the contrary. Even though Starfield is Bethesda's first big title under the Xbox banner, it is still a remnant of the ZeniMax era. And we all know ZeniMax was responsible for Redfall and Arcane Studios' implosion. But now, with Xbox backing, we might see some innovation around the Bethesda formula. Starfield's character origins is a welcomed addition, and the amount of dialogues in the game is impressive. It seems that Bethesda has found their secret sauce and is now developing the systems around it. Let's hope that Bethesda will take more risk and explore new ideas with their future titles. Todd's willing, we might one day see Bethesda leading the charge in game making again, as they once did years ago.
I'm gonna make video games and everyone's gonna play them. Who's laughing now? Yes, I was in the chess club.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoy, like and subscribe so I know to make more videos. Thank you, and goodbye.